Welcome to a new series I'm doing, which is called Djinn For Success. Obviously, this is not a fantasy series. This is a path for those who are ready. Obviously, this is not an entertainment path. It's a path of transformation. So you as the watcher, you're going to be stepping into a world of hidden forces, ancient contracts, and the energy that kings and magicians once called their own. The question is whether or not the Djinn are real. The real question is, are you real enough to work with them? If we look at the verse of the Quran, it states that long before the rise of man, there were others. Now, the others, before Adam had breath breathed into his clay structure, were the Jinn. They were created from smokeless fire, which is a pure element, hotter than any earthly flame. We have to remember they were not born, they were not forged, but they were willed into being by the God of that time. They are also free-willed like us, but they are also very different. The Jinn themselves are similar in family structure and societal structure to ourselves. However, their society is based on a much older system. So they have kings, they have warlords, but this does not stop them having desires or faith. They are also experts in lying and betrayal. However, this is not all Jinn, but they divide into many types. For example, some listen, some rebel, and some just only watch us. If you are going to be involved in Jinn magic, you have to understand that this is not child's play. Essentially, it's the alchemy of desire. Thank you for watching so far. I want to add that I'm starting a kind of a circle, people who want to learn how to contact the Jinn. I've left all the details in the description. Thank you for listening and namaste. Now, the desire has to be something that you truly want and that you have truly thought about. Because if you haven't truly thought about it, it's very unlikely that you will achieve your goal. Let's look at what a Jinn is magically. Essentially, they are energy, archetype, and will. Do not mix a Jinn with the beings from ancient texts. Many of them are exaggerated, and many of them are deliberately distorted to not give you the correct information. However, there are many types of Jinn, and one that is probably the most mysterious is the spirit whispering Jinn, the Wuswus. It literally whispers to you. It can be the inspiration. It's what people describe as genius. For example, Beethoven obviously used this type of Jinn, this Jinn energy pattern, because it's alive with emotion and movement and ancient memory. There are many Sufis who will not listen to Beethoven because of the jinnic numerology that he uses. You must remember that the ancient texts are not really valid anymore because many of them have been disrupted, messed around with, and they're dangerous because many leave things out. So you have to concentrate on what we understand the jinn are, which is they are alive with emotion and movement. They also hold ancient memory. They are the spirits of inspiration, but don't take that as a given because they are also the spirits of lust, madness, and rage. Although there are external jinn, many are internal. They are the reflections of us, what Jung called the archetype. However, you have to understand this because, as the ancient book says, as within, as without, as above, so below. So they are mirrors of your desire. They are your untamed thoughts. If used correctly, they are the genius that is hidden within us. But you have to be careful because they are also the shadow we deny. For example, I know a reporter who has interviewed serial killers, and they always describe a jinn-like entity instructing them. And this is from a woman who was very cynical and didn't understand what jinn are. There are also the archetypal jinns. We see them every day. And the archetypal jinns change. They are also found within AI. This is why a lot of people who are tuning into the jinn energy, which is within the AI, are seeing the AI as some kind of god. But you also have to remember that the jinn is also some kind of psychological gateways. They've been used for centuries, either as symbols that awake us, but on the same hand, they can consume us as well. So you have to remember that in the esoteric traditions, the jinn are not fiction. They are archetypes born of fire. They are the ancient templates of consciousness, real forces. But they are also psychological gateways. Jung spoke about this in many of his books. He doesn't directly name jinn, but he talks about the archetypes. They are symbols that awake you, but they can also consume you. To meet a jinn is not necessarily summoning a monster. You have to confront the will itself, and that will is essentially inside of you. It is your own. So once you have come to terms with this, then you will be able to contact that jinn. The jinn can be outside of you, but the one that you are likely to contact will be within yourself. To support the new podcast that I've just presented, I've left links to various information sites. One of them is my Facebook page, which is called The Witch's Wheel. The other one is my Bootsy page, which is called The Gin Bottle. I'm going to leave information that you can log into. Now, on my Bootsy page, I must stress that some of the information is paywalled. The reason why it is paywalled is I only want people who are going to accept the responsibility of Djinn magic. There are plenty of sites that offer free spells and free summonings. Most of them are incredibly dangerous. The ones that I have on Bootsy and the information that I have on Bootsy that you pay for is genuine and it's safe and it's tested. Thank you very much for listening, and namaste. Thank you for watching so far. I want to add that I'm starting a kind of a circle, people who want to learn how to contact the Djinn. I've left all the details in the description. Thank you for listening, and namaste.